LeBron James is all right with me. You came to L.A., baby. Ain't nothing but love for you. Now, that's excitement number one.
Okay.
Number two, they're going to the conference finals. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I'm worried that Houston might get in the way of my prediction, and I don't mind because I got love for James Harden, Melo, and Chris Paul. Actually, I root for them. I would love for them to win a championship, and H-Town is lovely. Please don't get me wrong. But I think that they're the only team that has the potential to stand in the way of a Lakers, Golden State Warriors encounter. And that's the way I'm looking at this. I don't believe, right now, I don't believe that by the time the playoffs arrive, there will be a team in the West capable of knocking LeBron off other than the Golden State Warriors. Okay. And so I'm imagining Staples Center or the Oracle. You understand? And by the way, Boston, for as cold as it is during the winter times and everything else, it's absolutely marvelous in the spring, going towards the summer. The arena, TD Bank Garden is sensational. The fan base, the hype. Boston and their crew with their fans against the Lakers or Golden State. I am hyped for this season, and I have LeBron James to thank for it.
Your friend.
Thank you. My friend LeBron James. I have him to thank for it. Thank you.
Look. Everyone's excited. Yeah. Why am I excited for this Lakers team, for this iteration of the next Showtime? Because, in fact, this is only the second time it's been Showtime. Don't get this twisted, Lakers fans. Understand what I'm saying here.
Yeah, explain.
Kobe and Shaq were great.
But not Showtime.
I'm not saying that wasn't exciting, that Kobe wasn't spectacular. But during the Kobe-Shaq era, you went there with the game on the line, Shaq shooting free throws. That's not Showtime. Magic Johnson with a no-look pass to James Worthy on the open floor. That's Showtime. This is Showtime for the first time since Magic was here because the best player on the team can pass the ball. That's point one.
Okay, I just want to come back to that.
Okay,
come back to that. Go ahead.
Point two.
Go ahead.
Who's another Showtime player potentially? And it's funny because this gets back to your Philly point about Markelle Fultz. Why are the Celtics such a threat now? They chose third. Their top pick is a bad brother, as you would say. Running the offense through him last night, gave him the business. They won. Best player on the floor, Jason Tatum. Okay. Markelle Fultz, not really there right now, right?
Lonzo Ball.
The Lonzo Ball. Showtime's ultimate success, meaning we both think they're going to the playoffs. We both think they're going to win at least a playoff series. Where you and I differ is you think they're going to the conference finals. I don't see it. The only way I see them going to the conference finals is if Lonzo Ball starts to really justify the number 2, not just a high draft pick, but the number 2
I could say that.
pick in the draft.
I didn't say that. I could say that. I didn't say if. I'm like, this is whatever needs to happen is going to happen come playoff time.
He is the key player on the Lakers team because just think about the Lakers. We know Kuzma's good. We know Ingram is a potential all-star. LeBron is what he is. Rondo's playoff Rondo. But if you think about Lonzo Ball as a budding star, your whole perception of this Lakers team changes. If you think of him as a bust at number 2, they ain't getting to the conference finals.
I have to chime in. I'm going to ignore that last point because we got all year to debate that. I need to get to this point about Showtime. The blasphemy that just came out of your mouth. Excuse me, this is only the second version of Showtime. There was no Showtime with Kobe and Shaq. Let me ask you a question. As great as Showtime was, because everybody knows I'm Stephen Naismith, we know what time it is. I know about Magic and Worthy and Cooper and Byron Scott and Norm Nixon before that, Michael Thompson, Kurt Rambis, McAdoo for crying out loud. Showtime, trust me, I'm aware of this, and nobody's denying it. Did it look like Showtime when they went into a half-court set and they just threw the ball into Kareem? No, but we still understood it was Showtime. So if we understand that when you can't run the ball, but you go down and you throw it to Kareem for the skyhook, who, by the way, was fouled a lot of time himself, okay? And we understand that. Well, it's not about making or missing the free throw. It's about the fact that the game slowed and Showtime at that particular juncture, that particular couple of seconds, didn't necessarily mirror Showtime. Well, the same is applicable to when Shaquille O'Neal gets the ball in the post. By the way, and you know how Shaquille O'Neal and them can validate that they were a Showtime version as well, Max? Because Shaquille O'Neal was more of a quote-unquote show than the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Great Kareem, by the way, 6-time champion, 19-time All-Star, greatest scorer in NBA history, the one player with the lone unstoppable move in history of the sport.
Happens to be joining us in just a bit.
Happens to be joining us. I am in no way trying to say, but I'm talking about in terms of a show.
We're talking about two different things.
In terms of a show.
Number one, how
me.
excellent were the Kobe-Shaq Lakers? Totally excellent. That's not what we're arguing.
That's not what I'm arguing
either. Number two, were they a hot ticket in town?
Time out.
Yes, of course. That's not what we're arguing.
Wait a minute. Showtime, meaning the original Showtime, Magic, Kareem, Word, all that. There's only one version of them. Now, if you said to me, there is no other, I got you.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I know you're not. But if you're telling me that this version of the Lakers will be Showtime.
That's right.
But Showtime wasn't applicable to Kobe and
Correct.
Shaq. You need to have your basketball
Correct.
cards
Now, let me explain.
Yeah,
this is very simple.
Please explain.
Showtime refers not to the fact that they're creating an event. Kobe and Shaq, of course, was an event with Phil Jackson as coach, three-peat, and then Kobe went back-to-back with Pau Gasol. I'm talking about style of play. Magic Johnson, Showtime Lakers were out on the fast break. It was about passing the ball. It was about running the floor. That was not Kobe and Shaq. That is going to be this version of LeBron James Lakers. They're going to be running up and down the floor all the time. That's Showtime.
Listen, first of all, I saw Shaq running the floor much more than I saw Kareem running the floor in his latter years, of course. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you had Kobe Bryant, the Derek Fishers, the Ron Harpers of the world. Now, granted, they were prime. They could play half court anytime, but they pushed the ball up the floor enough. I'm not trying to compare them to the original Showtime, but I'm saying this version of the Los Angeles Lakers, if you're going to call this version a Showtime version, then Kobe and Shaq have to be a Showtime version.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
No, Kobe.
That's all I'm saying.
They did. Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant were not the kind of guards or not the kind of primary ball handlers that Magic and LeBron are.